everybody. We're glad that you're able to join us today. I have distinguished guests on this side. I have Santa Claus. Man, this is something. Okay. And the New Year's Eve Party Girls and Thanksgiving Turkey, the HEB Buddy. Okay. Very exciting. These folks are going to be introduced in a moment. Okay. I'm Bob Uri. I'm the Executive Director of the Downtown District. And I am just thrilled to be here today and also thrilled at this turnout, okay, so that we can talk about what's coming up here for the holidays. It's a gorgeous day outside. It's a little hard for us to think that the holidays are just weeks ahead now, but they're coming. And without any further delay, I would like to go ahead and introduce our mayor so that she can sort of start us off here. You know, I have to be honest with you, Mayor, as we get a little closer to the end of the year here, I'm beginning to really feel sad as you're leaving, okay? And, you know, this will probably be one of the last times, or maybe the last time I get to introduce you, and I just want to say that just even from just the life of our community, the event side of things, you've been just such a great leader with this. You talk about change, and we're here to talk about 3 big events in the downtown for the holidays, but there are hundreds of events in neighborhoods all across the city, and you've done just such a great job with these. And so, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and I think we, as you can tell, all agree with that, and also your love for our city, which these events are very much a part of.
I do love the city, and one of the reasons that I love the city is that it has an amazing range of events and activities and things to do. That's one of the things that attracts people to a city, and I happen to think Houston's the best city, but one of the things that people look for in cities is to be able to interact with other people in fun ways and the great civic events that take place. Today's press conference is about 3 big upcoming events, and I'm excited to be here to talk about them. They are in order, the 66th annual HEB Thanksgiving Day Parade, our annual Mayor's Holiday and Tree Lighting, which is really historic, it's in its 96th year, and then this year we'll bring back our New Year's Eve event. Yay for New Year's Eve. So, in a few minutes, you're going to hear the sponsors tell you all about these, and I want to repeat this, fun, family, free civic events. Fun, family, and free. And we hope that folks all over Houston will pencil these events in on their calendars and choose to take part. These are great events for Houstonians, but they also bring visitors to town. And of course, in addition to these big 3 civic events sponsored by the City of Houston, there are a number of things that are going to be happening all over the community and particularly in the downtown area. And so thanks, Bob, for all you do, and I know that you're going to have a great deal to do with the many activities that will take place in downtown over the holidays. I'm going to start with the Thanksgiving Day Parade, the 66th annual HEB Thanksgiving Day Parade. And my biggest responsibility here this morning is to say thank you a lot, because we wouldn't do these events without wonderful corporate sponsors. When I say these are city-sponsored events, well, that's true. There's a lot of activity on the part of the city, and the city's Office of Special Events helps produce these activities, but they're paid for by our wonderfully generous corporate sponsors. And so thank you to HEB, represented today by Cindy Garza. 3 years ago, the longtime Thanksgiving parade, which had been a private parade, began to go under. And we scrambled. I said to Special Events, I grew up with this parade. It's not that much older than I am. We need to save this parade. And we did, but we did it thanks to HEB stepping up and helping underwrite the parade, and they are back, and we're really, really excited that HEB is a title sponsor. Our neighbor across the street, or just down the street, the Hyatt Regency downtown Houston is our official hotel. And their sponsorship includes special packages for those who are visiting from out of town and want to be part of our Thanksgiving parade festivities. I want to recognize Tom Netting, their managing director, Joe Vanden Heuvel, and Brittany Arata. Thank you for your partnership. And of course, what's a Thanksgiving parade without really big balloons? And guess what fuels those, or fills those really big balloons? And that is helium. And so we have a great partnership with the folks at Air Liquide. Doug Money is here from Air Liquide. Air Liquide puts the helium in those big balloons, and that's a great gift to the city of Houston, so we want to thank them. And then no parade would be complete without floats and entertainment. So I want to thank Dickens on the Strand, First Choice Emergency Rooms, Goya Foods, McDonald's, Wells Fargo, and welcome back, Theater Under the Stars and the Houston Ballet. We have a lot of wonderful floats, and those corporate sponsorships are important, and then of course entertainers on the floats. The NCAA Final Four Houston 2016 has also stepped up to sponsor an entry and promote the games that will be here next spring. If you are unable to come to the Thanksgiving parade, which is really a cool thing to do on Thanksgiving morning, you can always watch the parade at home. You can turn into KHOU TV Channel 11. They are our television partner. And I want to thank them for their continued support. Their general manager, Susan McEldoon, I don't know if she's here, not here yet, but great to have that TV partnership, but it's more fun down here watching it. We never know whether it's going to be really cold or warm or just a little bit cold. You dress for the weather, come down and enjoy the Thanksgiving parade. So, not long after the parade, in fact, a week after our 66th annual Thanksgiving parade, we have the holiday tree lighting, the 96th annual Mayor's Holiday Celebration and Christmas tree lighting presented by Reliant. Thank you to Elizabeth Killinger and her team at Reliant for continuing to sponsor this holiday celebration. Of course, it takes place just outside on the front porch of City Hall. Live music, fireworks, lighting of our Christmas tree. In addition to the generous support of Reliant, we have other sponsors to thank. Our VIP sponsor, Cigna, TDECU, who annually sponsors the Santa booth, the Downtown Management District, Houston Public Library, and the Houston Parks and Recreation Department all play an important role. This show will also be filmed and broadcast on KHOU Channel 11 at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, December the 12th. December 4th is the celebration, and then the rebroadcast that following week. So I want to thank you to KHOU for the broadcast. And then a sort of new event, but not quite a new event, and that is our New Year's Eve festivities. I've been to a lot of other cities that do a traditional family-focused New Year's Eve event. You know, a lot of folks think of Times Square in New York. Well, here's the challenge for us. If you're in Times Square in New York, it's going to be cold on New Year's Eve. It may be like cold, and it may be frigid, and it may be your nose is going to fall off if you stay there for more than 30 minutes cold. But it's going to be some range of cold. But people dress for it, and they do it. Right after I came in as mayor, we created a New Year's Eve event, and we did it for 3 years. And 1 year we had wind, 1 year we had cold, and 1 year we had torrential rain. And we were going to do it, we were going to keep doing it, because I still think, and it was packed, it was down at Discovery Green, and it was packed all 3 years. Even the year we had torrential rain, and the performers would not come back on stage because it was so wet. Thousands and thousands of Houstonians stayed out there and had a great time. And so we knew we had something good on our hands, but it's always going to be a challenge because we don't know in Houston, because of being in the subtropics, we don't know what our weather's going to be. And we had to make the choice of, could we put our resources into trying to build a New Year's Eve event, or put the resources in the Thanksgiving parade. We saved the Thanksgiving parade. Glad we did it, but I've been on special events to figure out a way to create that, again, family-friendly, free New Year's Eve event where we can bring Houstonians together. And so we're back with our 4th annual, but it's not really consecutive years, but our 4th annual New Year's Eve event. And I want to thank the Houston First Corporation, which conceived the idea originally and executed it, but for stepping up as our presenting sponsor for New Year's Eve. The Mayor's Office of Special Events, Bob Urey and the Downtown Management District for working together and to help sponsor this. I want to recognize Perrin Leach and Catherine McNeil, who are with us today from the Theater District, which is where this New Year's Eve celebration is going to take place. We did 3 down at Discovery Green. This time we're going to do it in the Theater District, and we're going to try to take advantage of the fact that we have all of those cool venues clustered together so that even if it decides to pour buckets of rain on us on New Year's Eve, we can get out of the weather and have some sort of indoor-outdoor vibe going on. This time, we're going to have a different media sponsor, and I want to thank ABC 13 KTRK TV. They'll broadcast the East Coast programming, and then when the ball falls in New York, in that Times Square event that no one really wants to be part of because they want to be part of ours, right here in Houston, our great New Year's Eve party, they'll broadcast that for us. I want to acknowledge and thank General Manager Henry Florsheim and all the team at ABC 13 KTRK TV for your partnership. And then finally, more thanks again to Susan Christian and her team at Special Events for all of the civic programming they do. They actually have a slightly new name and a new role. Last year we created a new nonprofit, Houston Civic Events, and we sort of rolled them off into this new corporation. They have a board now that helps oversee the fundraising and the bringing in the corporate sponsorship for these special events. And I want to thank board members who may be here. In fact, Cindy Garza, HEB, you are part of our special events board. So as you see, we're going to work together, not just this year, not just this holiday season, but into the future to make sure these spectacular civic events continue to be produced in Houston at a very, very high level, and that we have lots and lots of things where Houstonians can come together and enjoy each other's company, enjoy celebrating the holidays, and have a really great time. Thanks for everybody that is a part of this, and I'm going to turn it over